likes to go to the same combinations, quite repetitively, whereas Crawford is unpredictable, and despite him not having the size, it's the shots that you don't see that hurt the most.
Just lets me know right there that I'm a threat to him. I'm a threat to him. I'm a threat to his legacy.
Canelo Alvarez, and that's just being honest. And I think what he has done in his career, he's proven everything.
Terence Crawford sent a strong warning to Canelo Alvarez after finalizing their fight agreement, making it clear that he plans to shake up the boxing world. I'm a threat to him and his legacy, Crawford declared with confidence. A proven champion across multiple weight classes, Crawford believes his speed, technique, and ring IQ will be too much for Canelo to handle. Crawford isn't just stepping into the ring to fight, he's coming to make history. He sees this bout as an opportunity to showcase his skills on the biggest stage and prove that he belongs among the sport's all-time greats. With an undefeated record and a reputation for dismantling top opponents, Crawford is determined to expose Canelo's weaknesses. He views this matchup as more than just another title fight, it's his chance to redefine greatness at Canelo's expense. As anticipation builds, fans are eager to see if Crawford can back up his words and dethrone one of boxing's biggest superstars. Will he succeed in cementing his legacy, or will Canelo prove why he remains the king of the ring? The boxing world is ready for a showdown that could change everything.
These excuses why he don't want to take a fight with me. If it's all about business, then you doing good business. If I'm easy work, I heard him say I'm easy work. If I was easy work, well, you would take all that money that he's offering you. But yet and still, he want $200 million for Benavidez, and he want $150 million to fight me. So that just lets me know right there that I'm a threat to him. I'm a threat to him. I'm a threat to his legacy, because it would be crazy for a guy that started at 135 to come all the way up to 168, your weight, no catch weight, no none of that, and dethrone you. So, he got that in the back of his head. This guy, for one, he's tough. For two, he's a boxer. He moves, he can punch, he can do it all. I can't slip up and lose to this little guy. Then what will my fans think of me? What will my Mexican people think of me?
With the fight now official, experts see this as a compelling clash of styles. Canelo Alvarez is known for his powerful, well-placed combinations and elite counterpunching, making him a dangerous opponent. On the other hand, Terence Crawford thrives on unpredictability and sharp timing, which could allow him to find openings if he times Canelo correctly. However, one major question looms: does Crawford have the power to earn Canelo's respect? If he can't make Canelo think twice before engaging, the fight could become an uphill battle. Many believe Canelo's strength and experience at higher weight classes give him an advantage, making it difficult for Crawford to impose his game plan. But Crawford's technical brilliance and ability to adapt could help him outscore Canelo over the course of the fight. This stylistic showdown promises to be an unforgettable battle, with fans eager to see whether Canelo's power and experience or Crawford's skill and versatility will prevail. With both fighters at the top of their game, this matchup is shaping up to be one of the most intriguing bouts in recent boxing history.
Well, I think Canelo, he likes to go to the same combinations, quite repetitively, whereas Crawford is unpredictable, and despite him not having the size, it's the shots that you don't see that hurt the most, and maybe Crawford can hit him with some unexpected shit. And because of the repetitiveness of Canelo, maybe he can time him, maybe he can counterpunch with him, because Crawford is unbelievable at that. But I'm fascinated to see if Crawford has the power to get the respect of Canelo Alvarez, because when you don't, it's a long night. It's not nice. Like Crawford did well against Madrimov, and he won that fight for me quite clearly, but Madrimov was countering him. If you can counter the counterpuncher, you can give them a lot of problems when they're not used to that, and Canelo can counter people really well. And as great as Terence Crawford is, we've never seen him in there with someone with the power of Canelo Alvarez. This is a different world of power. And look, maybe Canelo doesn't throw as many shots as he used to, and maybe Crawford might look at that and go, you know what, I'm going to try and outpoint this guy, not get into a war with him, but just show my boxing, genius, and outpoint him and outland him. That's possible. It is. This is why this is such a fascinating matchup, man. We've been treated to some amazing fights. Usyk Fury, for example, this is another one of those mega fights on Riyadh season.
Eddie Hearn recognizes that Canelo Alvarez has already cemented his legacy in boxing and doesn't need to justify taking a fight with Jake Paul. He emphasizes that Canelo, at this stage of his career, is making business-driven decisions rather than chasing legacy-defining matchups. According to Hearn, the primary motivation behind this fight isn't competition but the enormous payday, which could exceed $100 million. While some may question the legitimacy of the matchup, Hearn suggests that Canelo's status allows him to take financially lucrative fights without diminishing his accomplishments. Ultimately, this fight is more about business than boxing history, and for Canelo, it's another opportunity to secure a massive purse while staying in the spotlight.
And that's just being honest. And I think what he has done in his career, he's proven everything, right? His resume is unbelievable. And if you want to make $100 million to fight Jake Paul, right? Like the thing is about Canelo, you don't tell him he lies. He's very transparent, right? He's not going to try and justify this fight to you that, no, what I'm doing is I'm doing it to bring boxing to a wider audience. No, he's doing it for a sackload of money. So whenever you put an opponent forward to Canelo Alvarez, his question is, how much? And if he's a businessman at this stage in his career, right? And at the end of the day, someone is offering whatever it will be, 80 million, 100 million, 120, to fight Jake Paul. A fight in which there is absolutely no risk. And by the way, you can't criticise Jake Paul. Because the criticism for Jake Paul has always been, when are you going to fight someone decent? Well, guess what? You might be fighting Canelo Alvarez. I don't hate it. I'll be watching.
He'll never give up the belts though. That's the place to stay.
Yeah, maybe. It might be his last fight. Who knows?
Eddie Hearn defends Jake Paul, noting that while he has been criticized for not facing elite opponents, he is now stepping up by potentially fighting Canelo Alvarez. However, Hearn is realistic about Jake's chances, admitting that he has little to no shot at victory. Yet he describes Canelo as a dangerous and highly skilled fighter, making it clear that Jake is in for a tough night. Despite the likely outcome, Hearn acknowledges that the fight is still a massive financial opportunity for Jake. Even in defeat, he stands to make an enormous amount of money, which is a major reason why the fight makes sense from a business perspective. While the matchup may not be competitive, it remains a high-profile event that will draw attention, and for Jake, it's a chance to cash in on the biggest fight of his career.
Stage in boxing, no one's surprised that a fight like that's getting made, and I know you've gone out and said you do respect Jake Paul for getting in there. Canelo's a totally different beast to, definitely out of his prime Mike Tyson. Just talk about how much respect you would have for Jake for taking that fight.
Only respect because of the money. I mean, he's not doing it for free. He's not doing it because he wants to prove himself as a great fighter. He's doing it for 100 mil as well, or whatever he's getting.
It's a very, very scary match.
It's dangerous, and he's going to get spanked.
How many rounds?
However many Canelo wants it to be. I mean, the only thing is, Jake's going to be a lot heavier and bigger. But you're not, listen, no disrespect to Jake's ability as a fighter. He's fighting Canelo Alvarez, who is one of the top fighters in the world. So, he's going to get spanked, but he's going to make a lot of money whilst receiving the spanking.
Just a day ago, renowned boxing promoter Eddie Hearn confirmed that serious discussions were underway for a fight between Jake Paul and Canelo Alvarez. Hearn emphasized that Canelo is always willing to step into the ring if the financial offer is right, stating, "Give Canelo the money, and he will fight anyone." This statement makes it clear that Canelo's decision to face Jake Paul would be driven by business rather than competition. While some may question the matchup, boxing has always been influenced by money, and top fighters often take high-profile bouts that promise massive paydays for Canelo. This fight wouldn't be about proving himself, he has already secured his place as one of the sport's greats. Instead, it would be a strategic move to capitalize on a lucrative opportunity. If the negotiations come through, fans could witness one of the most talked about crossover fights in boxing history.
Nothing really. I mean, it was all very sudden, wasn't it? Is it in relation to the Jake Paul fight? I don't know. I mean, look, Canelo, I'd say Canelo don't care, right? Give him the money and he's going to fight. He doesn't really have, and this isn't a negative towards him, because he makes it clear. He has no loyalty to anyone, right? None to me, none to PBC, none to Turkey Al Sheikh. Pay me the money, I will fight whoever you want me to fight. That's basically it. So, I guess the talk was a Crawford fight. Now it looks like the Jake Paul fight is done, by all accounts. So, does that make the Crawford fight less appealing? Because he's kind of moving into that world now. And I don't blame him, because he's going to make an absolute fortune to punch Jake Paul. And I don't mind the fight, I've got to be honest with you. Like, I've given Jake stick over the years because he's done some things that I didn't like, and I'm just being honest. But you have to respect him for taking the Canelo fight. He's doing that because there's a huge amount of money on the table, but I don't mind seeing it. So yeah, I don't know I've no idea whether it's in relation to that or whatever. I've not had one conversation about it, but certainly, you know, Canelo moving into that world, if you like, changes things perhaps in terms of...
Initially, Canelo Alvarez was exploring a fight with Jake Paul in May while also discussing a potential matchup with Terence Crawford. However, Turki Al-Sheikh, chairman of Saudi Arabia's General Entertainment Authority, was reportedly unhappy with the idea of Canelo facing Paul. As a result, the fight with Jake Paul was scrapped, and Canelo shifted his focus to a more competitive challenge. Now, he is officially set to face Terence Crawford in September. This highly anticipated bout will see two elite fighters from different weight classes collide, creating a showdown that has boxing fans buzzing.
We know decided to pull the plug on the Canelo-Terence Crawford fight September 13th at Allegiant Stadium, Las Vegas Raiders Stadium in Las Vegas, due to the fact that Canelo Alvarez was trying to do a side deal outside of his 3-fight deal with Turki Al-Sheikh in Riyadh season to fight YouTube sensation turned professional boxer Jake Paul May 3rd. Turki Al-Sheikh wasn't happy with it. And so with that said, instead of getting the 2 Hall of Fame iconic fighters, first ballot Hall of Famers, in Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez in September, Turki Al-Sheikh decided, well, okay, I'll find a new super fight for Terence Crawford and we'll take the deal off the table for Canelo Alvarez. Canelo Alvarez then decides, nope, he and his team pick up the phone. They have a conversation with Turki Al-Sheikh, and Turki Al-Sheikh and Canelo come to a 4-fight deal that's going to cancel the Jake Paul fight May 3rd, Las Vegas at the T-Mobile, and is now going to see Canelo Alvarez possibly face William Skull, the IBF undefeated Puerto Rican champion, at 168, May in Riyadh season.
Boxing trainer Greg Hackett recently shared his thoughts on the rumored matchup between Jake Paul and Canelo Alvarez. He made it clear that the proposed fight wasn't just speculation, emphasizing that serious discussions had taken place. Hackett also expressed doubts about Canelo's ability to fight Terence Crawford, suggesting that there were underlying factors preventing the bout from happening. His comments highlight the complex negotiations and business decisions that go into making high-profile boxing matches a reality. In the world of boxing, financial incentives, contractual obligations, and promoter interests often play a crucial role in determining fights. While fans may have expected Canelo to take on Crawford, Hackett's perspective suggests that other considerations were at play. As talks around Canelo's next opponent continue, Hackett's insight adds another layer to the discussion, leaving many wondering whether a fight with Jake Paul was truly a possibility or just another example of boxing's ever-evolving business landscape.
Alright, so news got leaked that Canelo Alvarez and Jake Paul in May.
What?
So you got people that think it's a rumor. I can confirm that it's not a rumor. This is something that we've known for I'm going to say we've known for about 3 to 4 weeks.
That's not going to be a real fight, though. So that means Bud ain't happening.
No. They talking about Bud in September. Canelo, Jake Paul in that.
If he fight Jake Paul, he ain't going to fight Bud. Because I'm going to tell you why. He got to go up for Jake Paul. He got to go up for Jake Paul. Jake Paul not coming under 200 pounds. You understand? Canelo gonna do the same thing Roy did to his body. Gonna go up and bring it back down to 68. Fuck no. He gonna do the same thing Roy did against Tarver.
Jake Paul took to Twitter to voice his frustration over Canelo Alvarez backing out of their anticipated fight. In a bold statement, he accused Canelo of avoiding him, tweeting, "Breaking news, Canelo Alvarez ducked me, Jake Paul, and is now an own slave with no regard for the pride of the Mexican people who support him on U.S. soil." It's not surprising, his whole career, he has done nothing for the sport of boxing outside the ring. "I'm the new face of boxing. You cannot have the biggest fight of 2025 without my name involved. When all of your events tank and lose money, you'll realize who the king of the sport is." 28 years old. Biggest fight in boxing history. My own boss. Not owned. 5 years in, and all of you felines want to see me fail, but God has other plans. It's the era of good, the era of the elephant, the era of MVP. Following the cancellation of his fight with Jake Paul, Canelo Alvarez has signed a 4-fight deal with Turki Al-Sheikh. This new agreement marks a major shift in Canelo's career, aligning him with new promotional partners and paving the way for high-profile matchups. While Jake Paul remains vocal about his status in the sport, Canelo's deal signals his focus on securing major fights that align with his long-term legacy.
All right, let's do this. Canelo versus Crawford confirmed. Not a rumor, not speculation, not he said, she said, or someone leaking the story. Confirmed. And I guess the confirmation doesn't get much more rock solid than the Ring Magazine putting this story out first. Ring Magazine, obviously owned by Turki. Turki would have been the one to put this deal together, and Turki would have had to give him the green light for the Ring Magazine to even put that story out. That's as confirmation as you need it. That's it. The fight will happen in September. Touch wood, no injuries. Wow. Easily the biggest fight of 2025. I said a few days ago, Benavidez Morale was my most intriguing fight of 2025. Obviously that's now been put down to second place because this has been announced. Nothing can be announced to top this.
This agreement marks a major turning point in Canelo's career, aligning him with new promotional partners and creating opportunities for high-profile matchups. It signals a strategic shift, allowing him to secure major fights that could further cement his legacy in the sport.
You said that you'd like to go up against Canelo Alvarez. What gives you the right to call out a 59-2 boxer, one of the greatest of all time, when you've not yet proven yourself?
I'm predicting what's going to happen 3 more years from now.
So I'm
going to get to his skill level and beat him. I have one of the greatest self-belief systems in the world, and I know what I'm capable of, and with this new team, I can give Canelo a serious run for his money.
Would you ever do like exhibitions like that, or like people like Jake Paul call you out, or these like other big stars? Like, is that business-wise like even worth it?
When I'm done with boxing, why not? Maybe I do it. I think it's
like when you're done like competing at the highest level, you're saying?
Yeah, I think it's good because what happened there is other people who never watch boxing, or they don't know anything about boxing, they wanna watch Jake Paul because he's coming from he bring fans from other world, right? Yeah. That's good because everybody enjoy it.
Would you ever entertain that idea when you're done?
Maybe.
Boxing analyst Showbiz The Adult weighed in on the ongoing speculation surrounding Canelo Alvarez's next fight, highlighting the uncertainty in negotiations. While discussions have sparked various rumors, Jake Paul's involvement has shifted the conversation dramatically. Reports now suggest that a fight between Canelo and Jake Paul has been cancelled, though conflicting signals remain. Promoter Eddie Hearn has not ruled out a potential showdown between Canelo and Terence Crawford, keeping the possibility of that high-profile matchup alive. However, Jake Paul's relentless self-promotion and the growing hype around his potential fight with Canelo suggest that the bout may still be in play. If officially confirmed, a Canelo versus Jake Paul fight would undoubtedly generate massive attention. Paul himself has called it a historic event, claiming it could surpass even the legendary fights of Mike Tyson in terms of impact and spectacle. Given Paul's ability to attract mainstream audiences, the fight could become one of the biggest boxing spectacles in recent history, drawing both traditional fans and casual viewers. As speculation continues, the boxing world eagerly awaits an official announcement. Whether Canelo ultimately faces Jake Paul or pivots to a fight with Terence Crawford, his next move will have a significant impact on the sport, shaping the landscape for 2025 and beyond.
Just a few weeks ago, you heard what Terence "Bud" Crawford had to say on why he wants to take on Saul Canelo Alvarez.
I just want the opportunity, to fight the best fighter in my generation that's out there. He's the most accomplished fighter, and I would just like to, fight another great.
Which is a very noble reason. I mean, it's a reason that I can get behind. If you notice, his primary reason isn't money. He did say it'll be the biggest fight, which, you do want a big fight, but I don't think he meant monetarily, which the money comes, okay? But what he's saying is he want to test himself versus the best. And I think he's telling the truth here, right? Of course you want big money and stuff like that, but I think his swan song is just him testing himself up against the very best. Those are the reasons the war room can get behind.
Are you tired of people asking you about Terence yet?
No, look, I always say, I respect Terence Crawford. He's a very talented fighter, but he just win one big fight. If you see his record, he just beat one good fighter like Errol Spence is. But other than that, I don't think he's beating other great fighter like Spence. He did a really good job with the Spence. He did like almost look it very easy. But I knew Terence Crawford is a great fighter. But you never know in boxing. We'll see.
Turki Alshik released a video message discussing Canelo Alvarez's 4-fight agreement during the Riyadh season. In the video, he highlighted the significance of the deal and its impact on boxing, signaling major matchups ahead for Canelo.
YouTube influencer versus pound for pound great being the hang up in the fight, being the one that stops the momentum. Because it's not happening. There is no world.
Okay, then let me ask you this.
May I be struck by lightning right now if this is possible?
Does
a lightning bet.
If this happens, if this happens.
There's just no way. There is no way.
Wait. If what happens? If the fight happens, or if the upset of
if
the
Jake
century
Paul,
happens?
If Jake Paul derails Terence Crawford versus Canelo by
All credit to
beating
him.
Canelo,
then you book
there's
Jake
no
Paul
chance.
versus Terence Crawford.
Zero.
Okay, let me ask you this. If that fight ends up being close,
yes,
a lot of people are going to watch that fight, right? A lot
because I think a lot of people are going to want to see Jake Paul lose, and
100%. Canelo's going to do
Alvarez
this.
is gonna be like a
Canelo would do this, and we're
let's
just talking.
Let's backtrack to your first question, which is interest. I'm very interested because, as I've long said, I'm on this corner. I only care about Jake Paul in spectacles. It would be an absolute spectacle to see a pound for pound. First, he did Mike Tyson, which, and I'm not going all the way back, but I'm saying in his most recent outing, Mike Tyson, an all-time legend, a pop culture icon, versus Jake Paul is a spectacle. Now you're going the opposite direction to nearly in his prime. We'll say maybe like he's on the back nine, but he's still close to his prime. He's still a top 5 pound for pound on pretty much anybody's list fighter. Going against Jake Paul, I'm in for the spectacle. I'm in. I don't think Jake Paul has a chance in hell, but I'm in for the spectacle.
And how long has he been beating the drum on this? He's been saying he's going to do this forever.
Listen, let's see what happens.
So credit to him if it happens.
Turki Alshik urged fans not to overlook this major development, emphasizing the positive impact of these high-profile events on the sport of boxing. He highlighted how Canelo Alvarez's 4-fight agreement during the Riyadh season represents a significant step forward, not just for Canelo's career but for boxing as a whole. Alshik's involvement in the sport has added a new dimension to boxing promotions, particularly in the Middle East. His efforts have brought major fights and global attention to the region, creating new opportunities for fighters and fans alike. By securing top-tier matchups, he is reshaping the landscape of professional boxing, proving that Saudi Arabia is becoming a major hub for the sport. With this deal, Alshik aims to elevate boxing to new heights, ensuring that fans around the world witness some of the biggest and most exciting fights in the coming years.
Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. For more exciting videos, make sure to hit the bell icon and stay updated. Subscribe to Boxing Hub now for all the latest in boxing.